So welcome back to another Media Moguls. We've got Miss Teen Crypto on the line. It's always kind of a love-hate thing for me because it's always awesome to have you here, but I always get jealous that my hair isn't as good as yours. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me again. This is super fun. I've been waiting to come back ever since I left.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I do apologize. I'm not sure if Corey's going to jump in today or not. He's in the middle of like a, top secret live business meeting, on site with M Blue somewhere in the middle of Texas, which I'm also kind of in a love-hate relationship with because I really want to be in Texas so my hair looks better. You can tell how focused I am on my hair. It's the humidity.
Yeah, I feel you. My hair's like out to here. It's very hard to keep it down in the humidity,
Right.
Yeah, it's a struggle. You got to put some hair product in there, a little hairspray, pat it down.
I watched the first part of our last episode that we did together back, and I used it as a teaching moment.
Did you?
Because I was able to actually teach my wife, what a New York accent sounds like. Because what was interesting. Like what was interesting about it was like she didn't pick it up, like because she doesn't know, right? Like because she's not a native English speaker. She didn't speak English, right? But she's like, one of her dreams is to actually like go to New York, right? And we have friends there, and we'll probably go there at some point. But she's just like, yeah, I don't. What's the difference? I don't know, right? And it's pretty funny. So
That's great.
Yeah, I like it. Well, and that, like when you say something like that's great, like you can't hear it. It's just certain words that you say that I pick up on it. I'm not sure. Like, is that a thing? Like, do you guys pick up on like my accent, Corey's accent, like being Canadian? Like, do you notice? Like, are you just like you're Canadian, or are you like, oh, you're just not from New York? Is it one of those things?
I mean, Canadian is like I could tell who's Canadian because like they're like a boot and things like that. It makes me giggle. Because and like, there's different accents, like Boston, like I say Boston, like Boston, but people from Boston would say Boston or like coffee. Well, I'll say coffee, like CAW almost, since I go COFFE. Like, so like, it's just like, yeah, when I'm like out of state, especially people will be like, oh, so you're from New York? And I'll be like, yeah, how'd you know? They're like, I hear it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Anyone who's ever watched any movie that takes place, you can hear it for sure.
Yeah. But there will be some New Yorkers that, like grease it up a little bit. And they're like, hey, like they try to be extra Brooklyn. But like, you could tell when it's real. You could tell when it's genuine. Like The Sopranos.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like people don't talk as heavy as them. But like it used to be that way. Like I think like last generation, like my dad, his parents talked more like that than my generation.
It fascinates me for sure because I've been living like all over the world for the last 25 years. So my accent's like ridiculously messed up, right? Like it's a mix of weird enunciations, pronunciations. Like I mean, I'm the only person that I know that like occasionally throws the word mahalo into a sentence, right? Like so live in Hawaii, right? I say ne instead of a because that's what the Japanese say. But that's very cool. So yeah, what's going on? I guess it's summer for you, which means you get to dedicate even more time to beautiful New York City parks and crypto.
Yes. So basically, I've been up to a lot lately. I don't even know. I've been traveling a lot. I was in Miami last month, and then I went to California for a Crypto Jacks event. It was like a crypto jazz festival. It was pretty zesty. NFT, the movie, was filming there as well. So I got to hang out with Jeff Crane, all those cool people. It was a vibe, honestly. And for me being in California for the first time, it was amazing. Like the weather was awesome. I ate In-N-Out Burger. I tried it, Jimmy. I tried it. I ate it 2 days in a row. I was so excited.
Nice.
Like, whoa, my mind was blown. Have you had an In-N-Out Burger?
No, I've never actually been to California either, actually.
Oh my gosh. It was so good. It's worth it.
But I heard people talk about it. The best burger I ever had was a place called Cheeseburgers in Paradise, which is in Hawaii. There's a chain in Hawaii. It's really good. And people, I would always ask them, because there's a lot of people that come over from California, and they would talk about it actually. They'd be like, "Oh, it's like In-N-Out Burger," and I think, I don't know why it's so popular there, but. Right.
Ooh, that sounds zesty. I love myself a cheeseburger. You know, like when I think of a cheeseburger, like I love greasy food. Like I just love all the bad food that you're not supposed to eat.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm the same way. So tell us about the, what would you say, NFT movie? What's that?
Oh, so NFT the movie, I met the crew twice. So once at Shitcoin 2021 in the beginning of June, and then a week back when I was in California. Super nice crowd, super nice. Like it was just like they all come from Utah together, and they just come out to all these events. They filmed. They were talking to Nanu Burks, who I was also hanging out with for a good day. Nanu Burks, wow, what an amazing person. She's so talented, and she was talking with NFT the movie there, and she was just talking about her story and everything. She's just so inspirational. So I did meet a lot of great people over the past few months that I never thought I'd get to meet. You know, especially like, you know, even coming on this show, it's just so many good, amazing things are happening right now for everybody. And it's just really exciting. Like Uplift is doing so great. Nanu's doing great. Like everyone's just doing so great. And I'm happy I get to witness it all.
Yeah, I'm in a weird like little bubble right now. Like, you know how like crypto people, they get themselves into this bubble. Like I'm kind of in one of those right now, because I'm so like head down focused on everything that we're doing in our community, because like you said, it's so great. And all the awesome people that we're meeting on the show. Like, I mean, luckily, I don't think I've ever really had somebody I don't like on the show. At least not twice. But like, yeah, it's kind of like, it's a weird little bubble. Like sometimes I actually forget to check the price of things, and it's like, that's bizarre, right? Like when you, I remember last time you said that this is like your second or third cycle that you've kind of been in, right? And I think when you get to that second or third cycle, your kind of priorities and expectations change, right? Like you've already held to the bottom, you've already watched it come back up. And now you're just kind of like, I mean, I could sell now, but I probably won't. I might buy if it goes down, but now I'm just in the space, right? Like there's like that rite of passage, getting through that first cycle, getting through that first bear market, and, you know, seeing another high that like when it dips a little bit like it has now, you know, you don't even think, well, are we in a bear market or are we in a bull market anymore, right? It's like, well, it could be a bear market, but it doesn't really seem like it. And it could still be an extended bull market, but I don't really care because I'm building shit and having fun and meeting cool people, right?
Exactly. It's so crazy how, like, you know, I feel like the prices don't faze me anymore. Like, yeah, I know like there's a dip, but I'm bullish on the space in general. It's just because like I know that I've seen a lot of in real life, you know, people that I just approach random people. Like I'm weird. I just like to go up to random people on the street and ask them if they know about Bitcoin. And a lot of them don't. And I never mind knowing about NFTs. So when you have that factor in your head, the price doesn't matter to me right now, because I know in the long term that there's so much more adoption to be had, so much more education to be spread. So I know that this is only the beginning. So right now, price doesn't bother me either. I'm just chilling. I know what Bitcoin can do. I know what the space can do in general, and I'm bullish on it still.
Like, do you ever just walk up to somebody with your cell phone on the street and be like, "Hey, like, do you know about Bitcoin?" And I do that all the time. And you air this on your channel? You air this out into the world?
Yeah. If you would check out my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, especially, obviously sometimes it's hard for me to film by myself because I have like little short arms, but I do drag my little sister out with me, and we go to Manhattan. Like we'll hop on the train, we'll go to Manhattan, and I'll be like, listen, we're going to Times Square. We're going to go talk to some people. She's like, yeah. And we all go. And she's like my camera person. She's like, you know, my biggest fan and like my best friend. So of course I'm going to take my sister out. And I was in California last week, so I posted like a video of me on a jet ski. So that I was actually holding myself, and I was going up to boat owners asking them if they know what Bitcoin is.
I feel bad because I didn't know that. I feel really bad about that. I'm going to have to do my research better, I think. Sorry. But,
it's all right. Yeah. It's all right.
So when were you in California? Were you part of this whole white rabbit thing that happened out there? Did you go see those guys? Sorry, the green rabbit thing that happened out there. Did you go see those guys?
So I wasn't actually out there for that. I was out for like a Crypto Jacks event, but then I saw that the Green Rabbit thing was happening. I thought that was pretty zesty. So my friends and I popped out. It was me, Ken Bozak, Crypto Stash, Miggy. There was a bunch of people there, amazing people. And I just got there. I saw a big ice sculpture with a green rabbit, and I was like, "Whoa! Like this is so cool!" And once I pulled up, I got extra excited because In-N-Out was catering. And I was like, oh my God, like this is legit. This is a legit party. If In-N-Out is here, it's legit. And I just ate In-N-Out like 2 hours before that. And I was like, am I going for another burger right now? But it was great.
Nice.
Green Rabbit, that was an amazing like little party. It was great. The people were so nice, and there was a lot of zesty things going on there. I know there's a live stream. I actually got interviewed there, which was really zesty as well. They were really sweet.
Nice. Yeah. So tell us about it, because I've never actually been to a crypto conference, believe it or not, because it's kind of hard to find them when you're like, across the pond over here in Japan.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are some, but like I don't understand that much Japanese, so like enough to hear, but then it just becomes me sounding a lot dumber than I am, and I don't like to be like, no, but like my Japanese is really like that baseline, right? Like it's difficult for me to talk, like I can have like a conversation, right? But like it's difficult for me to talk like technology, and like I can't like read the Japanese characters. Like I can speak, I can ask questions, I can get answers, but like reading and writing is really problematic for me. So like anything to do with like conferences and having to, deal with that kind of stuff, unless I have a translator, I can't. I don't know how to say it, but I can't like communicate on the level that I want to communicate on. So I just get really frustrated. So anyway, it's enough about me, because you're here. So let's talk about you and the Green Rabbit party, because I want to know about that. Like I've never been to one, and this wasn't just like your normal run of the mill crypto conference. This was like a opening event, with a green carpet and everything, right?
Yeah, it was really cool. Except there wasn't a green carpet. There was actually like a little projector, I guess, on the ceiling somewhere. And when you came in on the floor, there was a big green rabbit on the floor. It was,
of course, there was
super cool.
Nice.
It was like you walked it. So you had it. So let's like walk in together. Like you walk into the parking lot. Oh my God, there's In-N-Out. I'm gonna get burgers. You get excited about the food. And then you take a turn. You walk on in. You see the big green rabbit, hologram thing on the floor. You're like, whoa! And then you see a big green rabbit, and you're not sure what that thing is. Then you walk up to it and you see it's dripping. You're like, oh my God, it's ice. And then, like they had a little upstairs with tables and a little bar. Then there was another bar room, which I obviously did not take part in. But it was really cool. So everyone was just sitting around. I know there were free tattoos being given. There were a lot of cool things that went on that night. There were a lot of classic cars that were sitting in the room, in the little garage they had going on, the little venue. It was pretty awesome. It was really cool. And there was a live stream going on in the other room. And I think people from London were actually tuning in. So there was a lot of interviews going on, a lot of really cool people to meet. I know I saw Crypto Stash, like I said before. So me and him were chatting. He was on a diet, but I kind of forced him to get an In-N-Out burger. So he might be a little salty about that.
Right.
But besides that, I was just hanging out, having a good time, socializing with the Green Rabbit community. And a lot of the devs came up to me, and we were just like all hanging out, and they were really sweet. I know one of them that is the art director. His name is Michael. He's 25 years old, and he's the art director. I was like, oh my God, good for you. Like I was hyping him up. Like I thought that was so amazing that millennials, Gen Z, like we're getting into this space and we're like a part of like really cool and great projects such as Green Rabbit. And I know they're going to be doing some cool stuff as well. Like I know I didn't get to read the full green paper yet, but I know that they're doing a staking platform, I think similar to Our Planet. So I know they're looking to stake some NFTs on their platform, which I think is great. It's just a lot of new NFT projects that are coming out. They're making their mark in the community, and everything's so different. Like Green Rabbit was so different than any other, crypto party or event I've been to. It was just a really cool vibe. And I think I could say that for every event as well. Every crypto event kind of has a different vibe to it, different types of people, maybe the same people, but it's still a different vibe. It's always something so new when you walk in. You don't know what to expect. And that's what I think is great about the crypto community. You just don't know what to expect, but you know it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we had Recurrier and Mars on the show a couple weeks ago to talk about it before the event. So I was pretty excited to see how that all went down. But yeah, it was nice to hear that first person take from you. So
it's so great, it's such a blast.
Yeah. So first question, first comment in the thread. Somebody's really curious. I don't even know if you can share this information. Who does the art for your NFTs?
So I do have a series of artists, but I'm not sure if I could share who they are. I didn't really ask them if I could publicize that. But I do know that one is okay with being publicized. His name is Jay. He works Jay Tunes. You can find his @ in Ken Bozak's Telegram. He was Ken Bozak's artist originally. He works with Wax, Atomic Hub. He's really big. He's also Gen Z. I believe he's 18 years old. I think he's my age. So he's a really great artist. If you want to go look in Ken's chat, at me later in Ken's chat, and I'll @ him for you if you would like to get in touch. But he's really great. He's 18 years old. He's grinding, making seriously cool art for myself, Ken Bozak, Atomic Hub, like I said, Wax, just really amazing things. And, you know, just another reason for Gen Z to get involved, because see what Ajay did with all of his amazing art. I know he does art for Crypto Stash too. Like, he does art for everybody. He's really great.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I think his @ in Telegram, if you start to type it in, is AJAY, and you should be able to find it if you put that in Ken's chat. But he's really cool. I love Ajay.
Nice. I was trying to share my screen here, but I got that little spinny rainbow wheel of death.
Hate when it lags.
Right? And like they try to sugarcoat it with a rainbow wheel. It's like, you know, something bad's happening, but you can't. But you can't get angry. I lied. I am a part of your Instagram. I just never go on it. I didn't know that. That's cool. I like it. So this is you on the CD. I'm gonna play it just because, like,
yeah, go for it.
Let's see what happens here. I think that's mute here, but.
In Newport Beach, California, and I'm going to see if boat owners know about Bitcoin. Let's go. Hey, do you guys know what Bitcoin is? No? It's digital currency. Awesome. If you want to check out more information about Bitcoin, check out MissTeamCrypto.com. Have a good one. Hey, I just wanted to ask you if you know about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Awesome. If you want to learn more, check out MissTeamCrypto.com and start stacking. Have a good one. Hey, do you guys know what Bitcoin is? Yes. You do? Awesome. Keep stacking sats. Enjoy your stay. Hey guys, do you know what Bitcoin is? Hey, start stacking Bitcoin to the moon. Hey everyone, it's Miss Team Crypto. I'm currently on this team.
I like it. That's interesting. I'm bad at following like Instagram and stuff like that.
It's okay.
My favorite one is the first. Guys in the boat that are fishing. They're like, "Hey, like you're chasing away all our fish with your sea-doo. What are you doing?"
I don't even think they were supposed to be fishing there. It was like the little, like, it was in Newport. It was like a little like canal type thing, and you go through there, and then you go through where the boats are, and you park, and then like you go the other way to come back. But I don't know if they were supposed to be fishing there, so that's why I was like, okay, maybe I could approach them. But I was like far away, and I was like, "Can you guys be in my video?" You're like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm coming."
I like it. Nice. I see you got this one on here, the collaboration with the with the Crypto Moon Girls, which is the NFT Graffiti Kings, right?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I get confused. That's cool. I didn't know that you had. I bought a bunch of Moon Girls actually, but I didn't know that there was a Miss Team Crypto one. So I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, they were really limited. The pink one, there were only 5, and then there's only, I think, 2 or 3 of the yellow ones. So they're like really rare. But yeah, they're really cool. I really love Graffiti Kings. I think what they're doing is amazing, and I know they're doing a lot to help Gen Z getting into NFTs. So fully supportive.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say, but they're going to do an event in the Uplift coming up, probably the end of this summerish kind of time, and it's going to be really cool. And I too really like what Darren's doing. He's got some pretty, so cool. Yeah, he's got some pretty stellar ideas about how to get young artists, in there doing things with NFTs and all the other, kind of cool stuff. But yeah, please keep an eye out for that, because I'm pretty sure what they're going to do in the Uplift is going to be really fun, and it's going to be a lot of new original art by a lot of probably younger people.
I believe it's 16 and under.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. That's cool. I knew it was young people, but I didn't realize that they put a cap on it for 16. So that's pretty sweet as well.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what else has been going on? I mean, like you're pretty big into NFTs. I know, like you're pretty big into wax. The last time that we had you on the channel, we just kind of got like the shallow introduction of you being in the space and your background and your history. But I wanted to ask you. I always like to ask different questions when people come on for the second time. Big into Bitcoin, big into wax, big into NFTs. What other blockchains or protocols or anything? Like, I mean, are you big into EOS? Are you excited about Bullish? Do you care about Eden? Are you like a big fan of Solana or some of those other, Ethereum shoot-offs? Are you like crypto agnostic and you just hope that fiat burns a dreary death to hell? I don't know.
You're so awesome, Jimmy. Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty much into everything. I feel like I don't like to be boxed into like one corner. I try everything out. I like Ethereum a lot. I like to see what's going on there. I know the gas fees have lowered a little bit. And I'm like, I think everything's so early. So it's hard for me to call like, what's like one of the best projects out there, because honestly, we don't know. Like I'm into a bunch of things. It's just so hard to tell because everything's still developing. I know like Digibyte's a great project in my eyes. And I think they're going to be doing NFTs as well soon. So I'm pretty interested to see how that's going to go. Litecoin's doing some amazing stuff right now with MWeb being implemented. I know they're going to be doing Litecoin gaming too. I heard something about. So I think that's a little zesty. What else? What else is going on? I know there's so many things. I feel like every day there's something else I'm missing out on. But wax, I'm actually trying to expand with. I'm trying to do airdrops. So I have an airdrop going out today's Wednesday. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be putting out an airdrop, my first airdrop. So I'm trying to add more utility, more zest to my NFTs. Because I'm just like, I wanted to make sure I knew how to do a drop before, or how to pre-mint an NFT before I did a drop. And now that I know how to do a drop, now, let me try an airdrop. And then maybe from here, I'll try blends. So I'm trying to go like one step at a time. So right now, so last week I put out 3 Coney Island series NFTs. If you don't know what Coney Island is, please look it up. Please go there. It's so amazing. It's a landmark in New York, basically an amusement park that's been famous for God knows how long. And basically, I just put myself on 3 of the most famous rides. And if you own all 3 of them, you'll get an airdrop for the 4th one of the Wonder Wheel, which is like the most famous Ferris wheel in New York. So, and then I'm going to do another drop tomorrow, which I haven't announced yet. So this is a zesty announcement. So tomorrow I'm going to be putting out 2 NFTs. It's going to be called My First Ride. Because I'm imagining what my first car would look like. So if you guys want to, see my first car inspo, definitely take a look at my NFTs I'll be putting out. If you buy both of them, you'll be qualified for another airdrop. So it's going to be really fun. I cut many days of school going to Coney Island. Coney Island's so worth it, man. Like you sit on the Cyclone, you got the Thunderbolt they just remade. If you haven't been there in the past few years, go ride the Thunderbolt. So fun. Coney Island's great. You got the fried Oreos, you got the funnel cake, you got ice cream, boardwalk, fireworks, everything.
No, it's okay. I don't think I've been to New York a couple of times, but I don't think I've ever been to Coney Island. I've seen it like in the movies, but I've never been there. Yeah.
You got to come to Coney Island. There's so much to do in New York. It's hard. You could spend a whole week in Times Square if you wanted to, because there's just so much to do within a 4-block radius. Never mind Central Park, Washington Square Park. You got the Statue of Liberty, you know, the new edge that they put, you know, there's so many buildings to go see. There's so many views to go look at. The Brooklyn Bridge, you got Dumbo. Even like there's some cool stuff to do in the Bronx, Coney Island, Rockaway.
Yeah, a friend of mine. A friend of mine lives in. I think a friend of mine lives in Brooklyn or Queens. I can't remember, one of them. But basically, yeah, he always goes out of town for the summer, and he said, you know, sometime if I want to stay at his place, I can rent his place, which that would be really cool. So I might like to do that, like in the next year or two. I think that would be fun, just to spend. You know, my missus, like, she's kind of a dancer, so like New York's kind of always been on her hit list. But I refuse to go in the winter because, like, I'm Canadian and I left for a reason. I really hate the snow. So
oh my God, I feel that.
So New York doesn't really help, right?
If you're gonna come during the winter, come like around, I would say Christmas. I mean, it's the most touristy part of the year, I guess, but it's something that you'd want to see. The Rockefeller Center, the Christmas tree over there, really gorgeous. Like, right. it's worth it to go if you haven't been, just to see like the big tree. And then, you know, you have Rockefeller Center, and then right across the street you have the lights. I'm not, who does that?
I know. I kind of want to take her at Christmas just so I can dress up as an elf and you know, jump around like Elf does when he sees the big Christmas tree.
If you want to, it's not something outlandish here. No one's gonna blink an eye. No, you know, if anything, you'll get lucky and become a meme. Have you ever seen like the videos of the New York rat? Like, there's this guy that like puts on like a rat head and like a tail, and he just like crawls around New York City.
I don't think I have.
I think I've seen him in real life once, but I know he's famous. And like, there's a lot of people that are just like memes in New York, and you could just like go to the city and probably find them. It's great.
I mean, I'd like to come just for a week and just walk around and check out like street art, and then like take pictures of the street art with the artists, and then be like yeah, like we should get Darren from Graffiti Kings on that. That would be a great series, because like New York's got some really good street art as well, right? Like
Coney Island too.
Right? Yeah, and I think that would be really fun. So,
yeah, if you guys,
no, go ahead.
Like, if you guys have been to Miami, Wynwood, around there, it's kind of that vibe in Coney Island with the art. Like, there's a few streets, like, or a few lots, I guess I could say, where there's just like walls and there's just murals, and there's a lot of cool art that's been there over the past few years. So there's a lot of street art that's going on in Coney Island. And Coney Island, you'll also see like crazy cars, like people paint their cars. It's really cool. Like, there's a lot of like crypto like energy there with the art.
Yeah, we were going to create a new server that was going to be art based, that was called actually called Wynwood, but we weren't allowed because apparently there's some IP right. So we decided to rename it the Collective, because, you know, Corey and I are both Eden members, and our, you know, two-pronged protocol is to like create some like kind of governance model for uplift servers, and the second part is world domination. So we figured the Collective would be a good name for it.
Upliftium, world domination.
I know you're building in the uplift. I know a lot of other people are, but look, I found the top of the server. It won't let me build any higher. This is pretty fun.
That's so funny.
I'm not really sure how I'm going to get down here. I think maybe I can survive this.
Like, do you fall ever in like Minecraft and you feel the little pit in your stomach as you're falling, like you're falling too?
Oh yeah, like totally. And like this is like this is I do this every week. Me and the Nasty Hooks have built this massive we built this massive treehouse, and it's all the way up here. This is a leap of faith. It's the hardest leap you'll ever take, and I'm gonna take you on the leap of faith because it's just, you know, it's just good. And then we'll go down and we'll put up some gratitudes. So get ready with that, you know, pit in your stomach.
Okay, I'm untying it right now. Wee.
There it is. Here. Yeah. That's our little what do we call it? The Maple Glaze Jerky Chronicle plot. That is this. Whatever this has become. We just come in here and we just build. We got a little hot tub over here. Sometimes we go fishing in the rain. the hot tub is really hot because there's like some lava down there. And am I going to be able to get up? There we go. Cool. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put your gratitude. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it. We had this idea, and we weren't sure how it was going to work, but we thought maybe we would put it underwater, but it looks like they haven't set that up. We wanted to put gratitudes under the water so that, like, if you couldn't write them in the time that it took you to die, then you weren't really then you weren't really grateful. That's kind of what we decided to do. Do you know the nasty hooks? Like, have you ever met them? Okay,
no, I haven't.
They're like, yeah, they're quite bizarre. So, but they're like, yeah, they're super fun. So yeah.
Yeah, I love my little plot of land, my little 50 by 50 land.
Of course, I don't. Yeah. So where is it? Where's your plot of land?
1650, 1800.
Actually, let's go do that in Genesis, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been away for the past like week or so I haven't been able to update. And my sister usually waits for me to come in this. So me and my sister have been like working on this. It's not too extravagant. You know, I know like everyone's doing so well in Uplift and it's like a little intimidating sometimes, but you know, like, cause have you seen, you know, Josh Mellow Fellow? Good Times
Maybe,
with
yeah.
Mellow. He is building crazy stuff in Uplift, amazing things at that. Not even crazy because it's loco, like crazy because it's amazing. And he builds some amazing things. Like he's built like figures of like people and such like, you know, Zen places. Like you really got to go check out his plot. He does so much in Uplift. He's been spending so much time in it and building such amazing things for not only himself, but the community, like TC, the Digital Acid, like Sebastian and all of them. Some really amazing stuff going on. Like the community's expanding and like, it's just like once you get in Uplift, you don't want to leave.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. I'm kind of annoyed that I don't know that because I kind of feel like I should. But yeah, there's so much, there's so many things happening, especially in Genesis. Let's put some planks up because I think we need a new gratitude wall here.
Zesty.
All right. I'm just going to build it later. But
I have the coordinates.
There's enough here.
Person.
No. So I'll put the rest of the wall up later. Miss Teen Crypto, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for being on the show and the community, honestly. I'm grateful for the positive energy.
That's all mine. Because mine was, I'm grateful for your positive energy, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think you got
appreciate it. Jimmy D.
It's not my real name.
It has a nice ring to it, though.
Right?
It does, Jimmy D.
Well, everyone actually knows my real name now, or they should, because when I joined Eden on EOS, they made me use my real name. So I've been so careful. This is Corey's awesome build. I basically did nothing because like he just wanted to build this uplift tower, and he just came in here one day and started like putting up a couple monuments, and then like every day he just started building more and more. And now he's put in like all these trees just because I'm a fan of trees and permaculture. He put in some bees because his nephew and Nick is a fan of bees. And like it just became this like amazing garden that I kind of want to live in, which is kind of insane. So yeah, we're getting up there. I mean, we're pretty high up here. I don't know what level we're on, but yeah, it's
no, I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. So let's go check out your plot again. Where did you say we're gonna go? Because I don't know if we've ever done that on the show.
1650, 1800.
I always go 100 in the sky, especially when I'm on Genesis, because I don't like ending up in walls.
Oh, so
I'm
that's
like
what the middle is for?
Yeah, for the height. But if you do that on gratitude, you'll probably or any other survival server, you'll probably die because you'll fall. Okay, so this is you guys.
Yeah, this is what we got so far. So we were like TNTing the whole place, and we just like wanted to like make something zesty, and I saw no one was doing rainbow yet, so I kind of like wanted to make something rainbow. And then, you know, we have like a little moat around it going around. And if you float up there, it's kind of like my MTC like signature that I blew up. So you kind of can't see or tell it says MTC.
You guys have got turtles and awesome.
My sister's really good with this. Like I didn't know there were turtles in this. And she goes, yo, look at this. And then she like put turtles. I was like, no way. Like I was so happy. I was like, yeah, we want to do a lot of stuff in here. Like my sister's so good with this. We just got to get back. We got to get on the grind this week.
I'm a fan. I want to put up a gratitude monument somewhere.
Can you? Are you able to? Do I have to add you?
Sure. Add me now and then pretend that you did it. No, you don't have to add me. You got cows and purple sheep swimming in here with the coral. This is really rainbow. Yeah. I like it.
My sister's so funny. She was like, I think there's a rainbow one in there. She's like, yo, look at this. My sister's so funny. It's like I wanted like if I ever get a bigger plot, I'm definitely I want to give my sister a plot of land. I really do. I really wish I could. If I like had the land in the space, I would love to give land to her.
Well, you don't have a community plot yet?
No.
What?
Yeah, I'm hoping to have one in Genesis.
How is that? I don't know if you can get one in Genesis, but I think that there might be one for you somewhere. We should talk about that later. So you cleared this all out with dynamite. I kind of like it. I mean,
yeah.
It's got some jagged charm to it. That's that Ken up there?
Oh yeah, that's Ken's face. So I think this is a part of Ken's community plot.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so his face is floating above. He's got one of his NFTs up there too in the sky, which is pretty sick. But yeah, so you know, my land, I'm trying to do something with it. I know there's like water everywhere. I don't know if I want to flow with that or because like everyone's building underground now and building from like the bottom up. And I'm like,
sorry.
Oh boy, I did not start there. I don't know where to start. Everyone's so good. Everyone's so good at Uplift. And it's like, oh my God. I just know that Gen Z like lives for Minecraft. Like Gen Z, this is their game. So like, I want to get as many Gen Z involved as I can. I just think it's so awesome. Like Gen Z lives on Minecraft. So many of my sister's friends play. Yeah, but it's really fun. I really loved building on here so far, especially because I get to add builders and, you know, actually play with my sister and things like that.
You want to put one up here too?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so I'm grateful for my land and the space I get to have because I have such great neighbors too. I have Edward as my neighbor. Do you know Edward? Edward VS.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, Edward's cool. He's my neighbor. He has like a whole citadel, and it's like I was looking at his citadel, and I was like, "Whoa, I cannot come near that." I think he has like maybe 3 or 4 plots just to make that citadel, which is so cool.
Nice.
And then Dogecoin Kid, I think, bought the plot right directly next to me.
Oh, you got great neighbors if Dogecoin Kid's in there too. You got Edward, Dogecoin, Ken Bozak. Wow, this is a great over here. This is a really cool.
My neighbors are like literally the best. I want to like literally if crypto was like real life and we all got to like live in like a server or something, like this is it. We're all like one big community. That's also why I love Uplift too. It's like we could all hang out, you know, gather in one spot. It's great.
I mean, I like it. Like, that's really cool. I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do over there. I mean, like, I think Genesis is pretty full, but, you know, I keep coming back to it. I'm a writer. You can't say stuff like that. You can't say, oh, my plot's all full of water and don't know whether I'm going to flow with it or not. That just sticks in my brain. I can't get rid of that now.
I know.
It's like, I'm going to have to like write it down and use it somewhere. No, I agree though, right? Like there's a lot of really like, yeah, because Edward does a show on this channel, on this stream, right? And yeah, he's really involved in our community and
super cool. He's helping out a lot.
I don't know recently if you want to look through Bozak's window as he steps out onto the bathtub. Just saying. He's there was a really good show. There was a really good image that we threw up on one of our roundtables of Ken just stepping out of the shower. It was pretty good. He used a very small towel to cover himself delicately. It was great. He's one of my favorite people in the space. I really like Ken. He's super
a
fun.
Character.
Right? Yeah, he's super fun. So, but yeah, like, sorry, before we got distracted with those gratitudes. Yeah, I agree. Like, I didn't realize that that's what were we talking about? Digibite? Did you say Digibite is creating NFTs? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I just heard about it because I had Crypty Girl on my show on Friday. So we were just talking back and forth. Just like my podcast is more like a fireside chat type of vibe. So we were just chilling, talking back and forth, and she brought up Digibite and how, you know, they're going to be implementing NFTs. And I was like, ooh, that's zesty because, you know, it's so like if I'm going to go buy a cup of coffee, I think I would probably use Digi as of right now, just because so fast. It's the fees are like not there, so cheap. So I think like it could work. I see the premise of like, you know, NFTs working with Digibite just because it's cheap. It's so instant. So it kind of has like that wax factor to it. So I honestly
don't even know if we need cryptocurrency anymore, to be honest. Like, just like all we really need is getting myself in trouble here, but all we really need is NFTs, right? Like you load up your wallet with Wax, you use Wax to buy a coffee NFT, and you cash that NFT in at the, you know, coffee shop down the street. They burn it, you know, they get their money. Like nobody listens to me, but this is the way forward. You back every single NFT that is a product with Wax or some other cryptocurrency. When the shop gets it, they burn it. That Wax gets released. I mean, it's kind of brilliant, if I will say so myself, because you know you can store that coffee NFT with that, you know, $4.50 or whatever, you know, Wax is backing it until the rates change if you want. Right. And then like the rates go up, you can cash out for more, you know, the rates go down, you get screwed like in the real world. I mean, it's a perfect balance, right? I think like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have cryptocurrencies, but I like the idea of being able to like spend NFTs, right? I like the idea of being able to back them. So I really think like the future with fractionalization and purchasing power and goods and services that are baked into NFTs. You know, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's going on over at Olive Land and what they were doing with like profit share and stuff like that. Like, it's just really interesting to me, fascinating to me. Like, I honestly stopped paying attention to cryptocurrencies once I started getting interested in NFTs. Like, it's kind of crazy. I
mean, I understand what you mean though, because NFTs are consuming. Just because when you realize, like, I think it's like when you realize Bitcoin is sound money. Or like, or, you know, whatever cryptocurrency of your choice, it's sound money. But then you understand that and it clicks and you're like, why was I ever using fiat? Why was I ever in that system? Right. And then you get into NFTs and you see how that's used and how you can implement that in almost every aspect of your life right now, whether it's a medical bill, your diploma, any sort of certificate, a real estate deed, whatever it is, it could all be an NFT. And you can't counterfeit that. You can't counterfeit the blockchain. It's this wallet to this wallet, transferred here, burned this date, this time. It's all transparent. And I feel like that's what we need, you know, especially to really keep track of things. But once I understand what you mean, it's consuming because everything I see, I'm like, oh, NFT, that could be an NFT. that could be an NFT. I know, like, towards the end of my school year, because I just graduated high school, I was talking to my art teacher, and she was having a digital art show. And you could click on, like, the student's name. You could go see their slide with the art. I was like, why isn't this an NFT? Like, all of our art can be an NFT. You click the link on our name, and you see our whole, like, wallet profile, let's say. And you can see all of the NFTs or all of the art we've done as NFTs, and the parents could see it. So it's just like I was trying to onboard my teachers in the NFTs. I hope she calls me. She said she was going to call me, have me come back and set her up. And I hope she does, because
you're like the only student in the summer that's like, hey, I hope my teacher calls me.
I'm weird like that. I really want my teachers to call me, because I know another one of my teachers, he was giving me trouble about Bitcoin. Right. Yeah, like one of my teachers, he's giving me a lot of trouble about Bitcoin, especially at the beginning of the year. Like he was very against it, did not want me involved. And then towards the end, like the last day of classes, I swear, like he tells me, he's like, listen, I think I need to get into Bitcoin. Can I send you an email? I was like, of course. I was like, whatever you need. I was like, I got you. But I was trying to onboard all my teachers before I left, all of them. And I tried to get them to put a Bitcoin ATM in the school. I'm probably going to try that again.
Nice, right? Like that's the perfect reason to run for like student council, right?
I tried. Student council, like it wasn't even a thing this year, which was so sad. It wasn't even.
I guess so. Because of COVID.
Yeah, school was so weird. I feel like I didn't go to school the last like year and a half. I feel like after sophomore year, like high school was pretty much over. It was just a lot of Zoom. I mean, I was Zooming the past year and a half. So I wasn't really in school, but when I was in school, I was always making videos. I was planting seeds around my school so that my sister and her friends would come up to me with my car and be like, I found it. So it was really fun. I was spreading adoption when I was in school. Whenever I was there, it was fully like, it was Bitcoin day. Like whatever I want, it was Bitcoin day. And I just try to onboard everybody, talk to everybody about it, and see what I can do.
So so like you said, right? Like Minecraft is pretty huge with the Gen Z generation. And just
got to pull out something zesty. I hope everyone's doing well. I can't see the chat right now, but I know you guys are chilling. Thank you for joining us.
It's not where I thought it was. I was going to show you. I was going to show you what like my high school looked like. Because when I was in high school, I was a writer, and I was like really freaked. I was like really freaked out about like people stealing my stuff, and so like I wrote these like TV commercials for like that I thought would be really good, and I don't know if this is even a thing, but like I put them in this envelope along with like a book that I wrote, and I mailed it from myself to myself to like protect the copyright, because that's like what I heard was like a thing, and I didn't have any money at the time. And so I still have it in my closet, and it's all like ripped open now because it's like moved between like 5 different countries or something, right? So I just show it to you because I thought it's just funny. Like this is the generation that I grew up in, right? And like now, like somebody like you, they can create a piece of art, they can stamp it, they can sign it digitally on the blockchain, right? Right. Like I grew up in the world where like I remember getting my first, Nintendo, where we played Tetris when I was like in high school, right? Like I'm seriously, I'm not old. And like now you're talking about like kids playing Minecraft, right? Like I'm actually like a registered teacher, professor as well. And so like, I worked in the States. I worked as part of the media corporation. They had a media club that did the morning news and stuff like that at a private school that I worked at in Hawaii for a while. And like American schools especially are really student body focused. It's not necessarily the same thing in Asia, I don't think. Like in Asia, it's more academic test focused, if that makes sense. It's kind of sad, to be honest. The Western schools are, like the international schools still have that American kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm just kind of curious, like, I don't even think that there are student councils here.
Really?
Yeah, in Japan, I don't think that there are. So like it's a different kind of thing, right? Like most schools here don't have technology. They don't have iPads. Like they don't have smartphones. The kids have smartphones, but they're not allowed to like use them at school. They have to like leave them in the office and stuff like that, right? So it's a totally different kind of perspective, right? So I can't actually imagine, what it would be like for kids to talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency with you in the hallway. Like, are you that weird kid like me that used to like, get laughed at because he mailed shit from himself to himself in the mail? Or are you like the super cool kid that like, oh man, that girl's rich. Like we should buy Bitcoin too. Let's steal money from our parents and have a party and invite her. Like, or somewhere in between. I'm just curious. I know like in the circle that we fly in, you're super cool, right? Like you super fly. But like generally speaking, like lay it out honestly. Like, are you like, where are you in the spectrum of coolness in your high school? I mean, we know that the teachers are starting to think you're cool. Well, like,
Yeah, I mean, high school is a little difficult. Honestly, I've always been like the nerd. I was always like helping people with their homework. I was a tutor. Like I was very involved in academics, like ever since I was little. Like I'm weird because I love school and I love to learn. And I like when I'm passionate about something like crypto, like I just want to dive all in. So that was pretty much like me in high school. People just like knew me because I was a nerd, and like people just like I was just popular for being, like academically, like I was just helping everybody. Like everyone knew me for helping the teachers. I was very involved in like my school community. Like I was helping with like all these community events. Like one of my favorite things I used to run in high school was the Christmas cabaret, and it would be like where a lot of like elderly people come from their elderly homes, and they come and we feed them dinner and dessert and we dance with them. We have bands and the chorus sings, and it's just like something that's like warms my heart so much. It gets me emotional even thinking about it, because there were a lot of people that didn't have family, and that Christmas cabaret at my high school, like that one Christmas party was their Christmas. So it was just like things like that I was like really involved in, just because I want to do good for the world. I want to change the world. And I know that sounds crazy, like, but I just want to change the world. I want to do good for everybody. And, in high school, I did really try to do that. And when I found crypto and really dove into this and created my Twitter and things like that, I just really wanted to keep going, because once I started tweeting about crypto and I really just got to know the space and the people, I just never want to leave. And I feel like crypto could change the world for the better, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound crazy to me at all. Like it sounds like what I wanted to say when I was in high school. Like, yeah. Right? If I had that option, but like I couldn't, because I would have got myself into trouble, right?
I mean, I feel that. I mean, it wasn't like my school wasn't that accepting when I first started. Because I mean, it was mid-pandemic. Like we were in hard lockdown when I first started my Twitter account. And then when I got back to school in September, when we were finally able to go in person a few times, it's just like the school was open and closed. It was a big deal. But when I would go to school in September, a lot of teachers would be like, okay, well, I saw your social media. You really shouldn't be in crypto. And, like I was doing videos, and on my, like, on this terrace that my school opened, they built a new terrace for the seniors to go out on. So I would go out on the terrace and film videos, and these kids would just look at me like I was a little bit of a nut. But then towards the end of the year, and as Bitcoin got more popular and like, adoption started to spread a little bit more, everyone kind of changed their perspective, and people were like warming up to the idea of Bitcoin and then finally asking me about it. So it's great now because I get DMs from kids from my high school, and they're asking me what to do or where to go or what the stuff is. So it just makes me so happy. I really see the transformation, but I seemed like a little bit of a nut in high school. But I think my high school yearbook quote is "Buy Bitcoin." So.
No, I think it's super cool. Like I want to look through your high school yearbook and not have a picture of your face, rather a QR code where the picture should be that scans to like your online crypto NFT or something like that. That's what I want to see, right?
Oh my gosh, my yearbook quote. Visit missteencrypto.com/NFTs.
Nice. I mean, it's great though. That's the thing. Like, and I think that's really important, right? Because like one of the reasons that I kind of left education in general is because I feel like it's not teaching anything useful, right? Like I taught economics and I constantly battled against teaching things that I knew were wrong. And so I didn't teach them. And I always got yelled at. It's like, you have to teach this theory. And I'm like, I'm telling them the theory, but I'm also telling them that it's not plausible. It doesn't work. It can't work until to infinitum. You can't just keep printing money and things be okay. They're like, but that's not what the textbook says. I'm like, right. And this is before I was even into crypto, right? So I totally know where you're coming from. So I think that's really interesting, right? Because like, you know, even if we're not talking about crypto, like where do you learn how to do taxes at school, right? Like you don't, which is crazy, right? Like as an American citizen, the most important thing that you cannot do is your taxes or they come and arrest you, right?
Exactly.
And they don't teach you how to do it in school. How does that make sense? It doesn't translate, right? Like it's just crazy to me. So
I mean, not even in college.
Yeah. Right?
Like it's just kind of crazy because you could come out of college a full adult and you still don't know how to do your taxes. I don't. It's just when you are into crypto, you just see like there's no need for any of this stuff, you know?
I think your sister just got a plot.
Tell Miss Teen Crypto that the wise words will give. Wait, what?
Yeah,
really?
You just got a plot.
Get out of here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Thank you.
Daniel's pretty awesome, actually. Daniel turned me into a comic character, so he's pretty awesome.
Get out. Yeah. So Daniel's an artist too?
Daniel is an artist as well.
That's zesty. Yes. Daniel, you're full of zest, my guy.
Right.
That's awesome.
And I think like I'm pretty sure that, you know, Daniel wants to potentially do an art piece of you as well. So I'll definitely hook you guys up because he does it pretty well. He did one of me. He did one of Corey. He did one of and Blue. I'm pretty sure he would love to do one with you. So I'll connect you guys, and you guys can get on that.
Thank you. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome.
But yeah, I mean, I always enjoy having you come back. I don't know. I think it's okay, but I want to. We're doing this new show as well, called Journeys into the Uplift. Where it's not new, but we're jump starting the second series of this, where we go with the creators of these plots into their lands, and they do the steering, they do the driving around. So I would love to have you and your sister come on. I mean, even if your sister doesn't, you know, want to appear on camera, you could do the talking and she could do the steering, and show us around, like what you built, why you did things the way that you did, like how you place things. I would really like for you guys to show off your own plot from your own voice and your own perspective. So please do that. And then of course, please come back anytime, sometime, and tell us what happens, because I'm really excited. I know we end up talking about the same things, but these things are always kind of interesting to me, because I'm really interested in how young people see the world of crypto and how they're going to acclimatize to it. Because I'm a really forward, positive thinking person, but at the same time, I'm very negative on my outlook to the world. Like, I think that where we're headed, if we keep doing the things that we're doing, are not going to be good places. And I think that things like the uplift with the positive vibes, things like what you're doing, where you're educating the younger people in things that they can't get educated on, you know, in a school or from their teachers or from their parents, you know, things like even Ken Bozak, you know, what he's doing with, you know, teaching people, you know, creating different things, how to monetize himself in a way, which sounds crazy, but like, I mean, right. That's what he does. He monetizes himself. Right. Like, and like other projects as well. I think that this is really important, and I think that this is the future. And I don't really see the reason for young people to get a 9-to-5 job if they learn these skills, if they learn these things, right? If they learn how to.
I agree. I mean, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it's for anybody. You know, you could be your own bank, be your own store, be your own business. It's self-sovereign, you know, financial freedom. We got this. Gen Z's got this. Everyone's got this. We're all in it together. And that's what I love about crypto. It's the community. It's the love.
Right. And yeah, there is no reason to have to, you know, go through a art gallery or bad music contract to get your craft out there. You can create it as an NFT. You can sell it to your friends right there and right then. And there's no middleman, right? Like that saves you the money, right? It saves you the time. It saves you the effort. You learn something. You learn how to be self-promotional, right? So
exactly. And
so I have one.
Royalties too.
So I have one more question for you, right? The royalties as well, right? Like that secondary market thing that like nobody really understands. You know, that you know, like that thing that like every time one of your NFTs gets sold, you get a little bit of a kickback. What's happening there? Something that doesn't really happen in the real world. Like imagine every time somebody bought a pair of your secondhand clothes and then sold them to somebody else, money just appeared in your bank account.
Right? How zesty would that be? Like a little airdrop, a little sprinkle of money. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to pay taxes, and I'm okay with that. If you're gonna walk on the sidewalks to Coney Island, then you should pay a little bit of taxes, right? Like, I mean, if you're gonna drive a car on the roads, then you should. Should I have to pay for Christmas lights in the middle of, you know, South Osaka that I never see that are happening still in July? No, definitely not. Definitely, right? Be able to figure that out. But so this, but this is the other thing I actually want to hit you up on as well. I do want to know. We could talk about this off the stream, but I would love to have you on a roundtable. Actually, I want to focus a roundtable on Gen Z people. So if there's anyone out there, you know, that's doing art or that's doing music, that's listening, or resold comics, right, Mars? 100%. You're 100% right. You should totally get it. Sorry, but I'd get sidetracked here. But that's brilliant, actually. Yes, an NFT that every time you resell a comic, it gives you a kickback because, you know, you were smart enough to buy it when everyone else was, you know, not, or, you know, in the terms of baseball cards, using them for their bicycle wheels to make weird sounds, things like that, right? But yeah, I would love to do like a Gen Z. So put your people together, bring your people. Like, let's talk to my people. Let's get you guys on the Crypto Writer channel to do the Crypto Writer Gen Z podcast, and you know, have the battle of the I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought that was going to be good, but nothing came out. just got a little bit sidetracked there. Sorry.
You're the best.
So, but yeah, like, thank you very much for coming. If you have any last words of wisdom for us, let her rock. But if not,
well, thank you for having me on. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me and chilling. Keep updated with my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at Miss Teen Crypto. Find me on Clubhouse as well as at Miss Teen Crypto. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Miss Teen Crypto. Get zesty with me. We're going to do some podcasts and all that good stuff. And just keep up with my NFTs. Follow my NFT Twitter and Instagram at Miss Teen NFTs. I'll be posting updates on there. I'm going to be doing a drop tomorrow by both NFTs for $5 each, and you'll qualify for an airdrop later that week when that drop ends. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time. And thank you so much for having me on. This was the best hour I could have had this morning.
Thank you. And thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time on this show and with Miss